Things seem to be going well for the Ford team.
Come to Daytona to see what Detroit's best can do.
Ford number 1.
The checkered flag.
Record-breaking, record-making in a 1, 2, 3 Ford victory.
The entire GT40 story starts with 5 prototype GT40 coupes. GT101 was the one that was unveiled in New York. GT102, 103, 104, and 105 follow shortly. GT101 and GT102 are destroyed in period. GT103, 104, and 105 are the last remaining examples. GT103 and 104 are in the Shelby Museum. They're not in Ford's famous livery from 1964, the white with the dark blue. GT103 and 104 were modified from their original form into the Shelby cars. This is the last original prototype in Ford's first and original livery. Most car guys have watched Ford versus Ferrari, so they know the rest of the story. In the early 2000s, Ford decides they're going to bring back the Ford GT40. They're going to call it the Ford GT. They get Camillo Pardo to pen a beautiful retro version in a modern drivetrain. Supercharged, 500 plus horsepower, 6-speed, good looking car. The car is an instant collector's item, instant icon. Prices go up, it's a great piece to own. So how do you end a 2-year series car that's been a smash success? You end it with probably the most famous GT40 of all, the Le Mans winner for 68 and 69, the Golf car. So they build 343 Heritage Edition Golf cars. The Heritage Edition was a $15,000 option and well worth the money because years later, a Golf Heritage Edition would bring double what a regular Ford GT would bring. Now fast forward to around 2015, Ford decides on the 50th anniversary, they want to go back and win Le Mans. Multimatic is building them a race car to win Le Mans, but they're also going to build them a street car that's going to be one of the most iconic Fords going forward that we will ever see. Great history, great pedigree. So every year they produce this great looking car. They decide they're going to do a Heritage Edition. The first Heritage Edition they decide they're going to do is going to be the 66 Le Mans winner. The black car, great looking car, 1046, won the race. Of course, it was a 1-2-3 finish. The Bruce McLaren, Chris Amon car that went across the finish line at Le Mans to give Ford that first victory. They sell a total of 27 Heritage Editions in 2017. The next year, they decide 2018 Heritage Edition is going to be the 67 Le Mans winner. That car still sits in the Ford Museum today. Great looking car, a Mark IV. It's got the red livery. They sell 39 2018 Heritage Editions. Then for 2019 and 2020, because remember, 1075, the most famous probably GT40 of all time, the Golf car, which they did the 06 Heritage on, they decide they're going to run that for 2 years. 2019 and 2020 are Golf livery cars, great looking cars. The 2019 is the 68 Le Mans winner that wore the number 9. They built 50 of those cars. The 2020 is the exact same car, number 1075, but it wore the number 6 this time. So at this point, Ford has now done 4 years of the Heritage Edition, and it's a great success. So now they've done all of the Le Mans winners, 66, 67, 68, and 69. So what are they going to do for the next Heritage Edition? So they take the Daytona winner, the 98 car that Ken Miles drove to his first victory. Keep in mind, Ken Miles in 66 won Daytona, he won Sebring, and most people believe he was robbed of the win at Le Mans. So it was only fitting that they gave Ken Miles the Heritage Edition for 2021. Over the course of the last 5 years with the Ford GT program, there's been a lot of milestone cars. They've paid tribute to all the Le Mans winners. They've paid tribute to Ken Miles. So it's only fitting at the end, they pay tribute to the cars that started it all, the 5 prototypes, including GT105. Because Wimbledon white was such an important color to Ford, they decided to do the Heritage Wimbledon white with antimatter blue graphics. Basically, the nose of the Ford GT is done in antimatter blue, matching the original as well as over top of the roof. There'll be a ton of carbon fiber used, including the front splitter, the side sills, the mirror stocks, the engine louvers, the diffuser, and of course the wheels, but they will be painted. The original prototypes had a blue interior. That hasn't been forgotten on the Heritage. A light-speed blue Alcantara is going to be used on the seats and the dash. From a performance point of view, the same 3.5-liter twin-turbo six-cylinder is going to churn out 660 horsepower and 550 foot-pounds of torque. The 7-speed transmission will be the same as on the standard GT, so the big part of this program is to pay homage to the original 5 cars that started the whole GT40 program. When you look at the 2 cars side by side, GT105 looks much smaller, much more nimble, and you got to remember in 1964 these cars were capable of speeds of over 200 miles an hour. Pretty impressive at a little 289. GT105 was the first GT40 to get a 289. Any way you slice it, both cars are stunning, and Ford has done the right thing having the last Heritage pay tribute to the beginning of the GT40.